we're going to talk about a massive but kind of quiet shift that's happening in the workforce right now, all driven by AI. And this isn't just about fancy new tools. No, this gets to the very heart of what it means to be valuable over the next 10 years. And this quote right here, this is the key. It's the whole game. See, the threat isn't that some robot is going to take your job. The real threat is being replaced by another person who figures out how to adapt and lead with this technology way more effectively than you do. And believe me, this change is happening under the radar. While everyone's buzzing about the latest AI model, the actual structure of the workforce is being fundamentally rebuilt. And this split, it's not based on job titles or industries. It's based on something way more important, our ability to adapt. Which brings us to this crucial idea. Over the next decade, the entire world of work is splitting into 4 very different groups. Let's take a look at what they are. And you've really got to understand where you might fit in to this new world. Because, as we're about to see, only one of these paths actually leads to you becoming more valuable and influential as technology just keeps getting better and better. So let's do it. Let's break down these 4 categories. And we're going to start with the one that gets all the attention. First up, we've got the non-human workforce. You know, the algorithms, the AI systems, the robots. All designed for one thing, pure, relentless efficiency. They don't take breaks, they don't get tired, and they certainly don't slow down. And just look at what they can do. I mean, the scale of these capabilities is, well, it's kind of mind-blowing. Analyzing, designing, optimizing, they do it all, 24/7, at a speed and a cost that no human can possibly match. The takeaway here is super simple. You cannot win by competing with this group on efficiency. It is a losing battle. Now, this next group, this is where everybody is racing to be right now. These are the folks who get really good at prompting, who build clever automated workflows, who basically become pros at using AI co-pilots to make their own work better. But this slide really nails the problem, doesn't it? What feels like a superpower today, you know, being a great AI operator, is quickly just going to become the baseline expectation for any professional. Pretty soon, it'll be like knowing how to use the internet. It's essential, for sure, but it's not going to make you stand out from the crowd. All right, the third group. These are the roles that live in the messy, physical world. We're talking about plumbers, electricians, field engineers, jobs that are way harder to automate because they require you to solve problems with your hands in totally unpredictable settings. And while these jobs are probably safer in the short term, here's the catch. They have a natural ceiling. Their value scales linearly. Basically, you get paid for the hours you put in, and here's the most important part, they're designed to execute a plan, not decide what the plan should be. Which, of course, brings us to the biggest question of all. If you can't compete with the machines, and being an operator is just a temporary edge, and the physical jobs have a built-in limit, what's left, right? Where is the real, lasting value going to come from? And that brings us to the 4th and final category. This is the group that doesn't just survive in the age of AI, they absolutely thrive. This is the one path where your value can grow exponentially as the world around you changes. Now, I want to be crystal clear here. We are not talking about managers or VPs with fancy titles on their business cards. No, we are talking about individuals at any level of an organization who consistently demonstrate specific, irreplaceable human behaviors. Think about it like this. AI can replace tasks, but it can never, ever replace responsibility. That always sits with a human. And these behaviors, judgment, trust, accountability, this is how we exercise that responsibility. The more powerful AI gets, the more critical these human skills become. And there's a name for this new kind of professional, an improvement architect. It's the perfect human counterbalance to artificial intelligence. They don't try to compete with AI. They use their uniquely human skills to lead both people and technology toward better and better outcomes. And this right here, this is the winning formula. It's the combination of the improvement architect and artificial intelligence. It's leadership plus technology. But the most important part is the order. It has to be human judgment guiding artificial intelligence, always. Okay, this all sounds pretty good, right? But there's a huge problem we have to deal with if we want a future with more of these improvement architects. There's this fundamental imbalance in how we think about growth. I mean, this visual just tells the whole story, doesn't it? We pour billions of dollars, literally billions, into making our machines and our software better every single day. But when it comes to human improvement, training, coaching, leadership development, we treat it like a cost. It's one of the first things to get cut from the budget. And this gap, it's not just a shame, it's incredibly dangerous. When you give more and more powerful technology to people who haven't improved their own judgment, their own ethics, their own leadership skills, well, that's just a recipe for disaster. You don't get a better world. You just get bigger mistakes, made faster than ever before. So all of this really brings it back home. It comes down to a personal choice that you and every other professional out there is going to have to make over the next few years. When you boil it all down, your career is going to land in one of these 3 buckets. You can try competing with AI. That's a losing battle. You can focus on just using AI. That's a temporary advantage that's going to disappear. Or you can learn to lead AI. That's the only sustainable path to long-term value. And that's really the big idea to leave you with. The goal isn't to train outthink the machine. The goal is to outgrow the challenges and opportunities that the machine creates. It's all about developing our uniquely human skills faster than we ever have before. The world is going to need so many more people who are capable of leading in this new era. It's going to need more improvement architects. The only question left is, will you be one of them?